For most people who want to start an Airbnb rental business without owning property, the hardest part seems to be finding a property and convincing the landlord to sublet their property on Airbnb. This part is especially frustrating for those who do not consider themselves as a significant talent when it comes to sales, at least not in the classical way. Now, what you can do when you feel the same is first to prepare yourself, and in this video we will give you a 10-part process you can pitch on how to convince a landlord to allow Airbnb for their rental property. In return, take a few seconds and subscribe to the channel where we post videos every week to help you level up your journey in real estate investing and owning rental properties. Don't forget to ring the bell so you don't miss out. Now, convincing a landlord to let you rent out their property takes practice, or else you'll need to team up with someone who is more of a natural in this area. In the end, you need some kind of property to start renting out and automate the process. Many landlords don't want to deal with the hassle of managing multiple units, so that's exactly where you come in. It might also be the reason why many Airbnb hosts do not ask for permission when they start renting out. When you start to grow your business and have multiple properties, you want to make sure that you have granted permission to sublet your apartments, otherwise one potential screw-up can follow the other and destroy what you've built before. Now here's the 10-step process you must follow when approaching landlords. Number 1, property research. Before you even think about approaching a landlord about a specific property, the first thing you need to do is your property research. We start by doing our homework to improve the odds of having a positive conversation and ultimately get what you want. This phase is all about doing your research and being prepared. Do not expect that you get a yes from the first landlord you ask for permission. You will probably get rejected a lot, so do not give up. First of all, try to put yourself in the landlord's shoes. He was probably putting a lot of his savings and assets into real estate to make a long-term and low-risk income. It's not just an object. In many cases, the property is a vital asset to them that you do not just give away easily. Number 2, introduce yourself. The first step should always be a friendly, basic introduction where you let the landlord know who they are speaking to, what company you may work with if you have one, and what cities you cover. So set a tone of clarity and purpose from the get-go. Ask for the landlord's name to show your interest in working with them and not just talking at them. Of course, they're going to have objections and concerns about what you want to do with their investment. The key is to find the best solution for both you and the landlord's world. Try to build an excellent, deep relationship to help each other profit on both ends of the deal. Number 3, build rapport and trust. Like in other areas of life, there is no one wins all sales script out there. Think about the chat more as a dialogue than a pitch. In my opinion, it is essential to be authentic, upfront, honest, and explain what your plans are with the property. Try to listen more than you talk and understand their objections, their pain points, and concerns. Do not argue with the landlord whatsoever. You must let the landlord know more about who you are, how you care for your home or your house, and your neighbors, and why you want to host on Airbnb. If you cannot meet them in person, write them a message. If the landlords say no, do not be afraid to ask why and try to address their concerns. Number 4, let them know the benefits you can bring. What can you offer the landlord? Imagine you own a property. Your tenants want you to let him sublet their space to a large number of strangers going in and out for their own personal profit. Why should he let you do that? There are many things that you can try to do to convince the landlord. The obvious but not always necessary thing is to pay more rent or give a share of the revenue that you earned with your short-term rental business. You can also try to convince the landlord that you are going for a long-lasting partnership. If the landlord has more than one property and working together works well, he does not ever again worry about having his apartments empty, since you can take them and rent them out as well. You also will take care of the properties, and that's far beyond deep cleaning after every stay. Since this is your business, the source of your income, and only if your guests are happy and your reviews are reasonable will you make profits in this business. It's a win-win situation. Now that you've let the landlord know why you're reaching out, let them know the benefits that they can gain by a partnership between the two of you. Maybe you have other ideas that you'd like to share. Maybe you have special experience working with listing agents, and maybe you've sold apartments in their building before. Feel free to change this part or any part of this script up and customize it to your liking. Remember though, you only have a limited amount of time to make a first impression, so forefront the most important things you can offer. Number 5, let them know about your successes. Here is something you can say in the script. I've helped landlords like yourself find qualified tenants for their Airbnb listings, and I have a book of clients, many of whom may be interested in units like yours, so let me know if I can give you some references. You have to show yourself as a professional by letting them know your past successes. If you have past experiences working with landlords, that's great. Talk a bit about that. If you don't, let them know about your experiences placing qualified tenants in rentals that they love. Make sure not to promise anything. Instead of saying, I can certainly find you tenants, keep things tentative by qualifying your response, simply stating that you have years of experience in this business. This will give you a higher chance of them saying yes if they know you have the skills and know what you're doing. Number 6, arrange a meeting. Something you could say is, I'd be really happy to partner with you. Let's schedule a time where we can talk more about how we can work together. Here is my phone number. Would you like to be added to my newsletter? Express that you're excited to work with them, and an offer to put them on your newsletter will be good to let them know that you are a professional. Remember, try not to sound scripted. If this happens, then they're just gonna know you use the same pitch and sales tactics you probably do to every other landlord on Airbnb. Avoid this at all costs. Just because you're getting a script here in this video, try to sound like you're not using it when you call the landlord. Practice saying this script a few times with a family member to feel comfortable. Also, if you'd say something a bit differently, feel free to change it up until it works for you. Number 7, listen to their concerns. If the landlord expresses concerns about some aspect of their property and your ability to fill their vacancy, make sure to address it and offer a solution. Perhaps they've had some bad experiences with other agents before and shy away from the idea of a partnership. Perhaps they're worried around the cost of working with you. If they're willing to talk about those experiences, let them know why working with you will be different and make sure to follow through on any promises you've made. Number 8, don't be too pushy. Something you could say is, thank you very much for your time. Here is my number. Please feel free to reach out anytime in the future. Make sure you're not coming off as too pushy. Overzealousness is a huge turnoff for anyone. If the landlord really doesn't seem interested in making a partnership and you've explained what you offer to the best of your ability, stay polite and considerate. Thank the landlord for their time and give them the best number to contact you. Number 9, follow up. If the landlord says they need a little bit of time to think about their answer, plan an outreach plan to make sure that you stay on top of their mind. Email them directly after your phone call with a few sentences about what you talked about, reiterating how you can help and providing your phone number. Number 10, be prepared to be shut down. We never like to hear about landlords being treated rudely or shut down. Even with this script to cold call landlords, it can happen, but don't be too discouraged. Find another landlord and try again. Cold calling, especially on Airbnb, can be intimidating. It's not the easiest thing to do, so practice makes perfect. Ask a friend or a family member of another company to practice this script with. We promise it's all worth it, and with the Airbnb rental platform, you can access over 10 million listings without listing agents attached. Now, if you found this video helpful, feel free to drop a like for the video and consider subscribing for more powerful real estate content. To get a better grasp on how to invest in Airbnb, we put together an entire Airbnb playlist you can watch to help jumpstart your rental business, so check that one out as well. And until next time, we'll see you guys in the next video.